Okay, in this one I'm revising the first layer since the last video. The first layer, when I was doing it, I was holding it out of camera view. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna redo this and see how this goes. Now the first layer, when I put it together, you have 3 split edges. One piece, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, should be already glued in. I'm using it as my bottom layer, which in turn is going to be on one of the 2 sides. Then you're going to have a whole edge, one that doesn't have a split in it, and it should have this little piece. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. Well, that's going to go into the whole edge. There's a little crevice, divot in the whole edge, and that's where this little arm is going to rest in there. So it should be sticking out a little bit. Be better if I can get a better camera. And then the split edge, or the small split edge that's glued to the center, that is on my left. The little divot, crevice, should be on the side that has the little crevice in the split edge. That's where this piece is going to rest in, on the center. The little piece sticking up, that's going to set in the, it's basically going to rest inside that, and it's going to keep this from misaligning the center core. So you gotta be real careful. You don't want it to pop out. Like, probably be easier if you started with taking one side off, so you can get this piece in, if you find that easier. I'm just going to get that popped in there. But that's going to sit on the one side of the small split edge. If I can get that in there without it popping out. And check and make sure it's in there, and it is. So that's how it should be sitting. Your whole edge is going to be your face. That's where the 2 pieces, when you've, I'm getting out of camera again, ain't I? Sorry about that. Okay, so it's going to rest like this. The whole edge is going to be sitting in the middle layer. And then the split edge that's glued to the center is going to be on this layer. These two, between these 2 layers. And then you take the bigger half of the split edge and you just go ahead and put that in with the glued one. I can do this without. Okay, I got that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and build the other ones. So then you're going to take your split edge and the big half and the small half. You can see, if you go to put it together, you can see where the small split edge sits and rests on the bigger half of the split edge. So when you go to put that on, you want to make sure the smaller split edge is going to rest on the bottom part of what you're doing. It again, getting out of camera, ain't I? The smaller split edge is going to rest on the bottom center. You want all the smaller split edges resting on the bottom center, and then when you get to the top, you want the smaller split edges on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and There. See if I can get that in without having to take the whole thing. Alright. Okay, now that I've got all the edges in on the bottom layer, now I'm going to start building the bottom layer. And here's my whole edge, the one that's going to be locked. You don't have to glue the little piece together. I haven't had no problems, and if I have future problems I probably will glue that piece in, but I don't think I will. Then I'm going to go ahead and take one of my center edge pieces, outer, and this one's got a little divot in it. Well, all of them have this little crevice in there. Well, the one that's going to sit in that corner of the glued in smaller edge and the whole edge with the little piece that's locking it, that little piece right there is actually going to rest inside it and help keep it locked in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there, and I'm going to put all four of my the other three in. Now that's easier if you leave it sitting on the table. I'm just trying to do this so the camera can, I don't know how well it's coming out, so until I get it loaded and see what it looks like. But hopefully this helps, since like I said, my last video I was out of camera the whole time for the bottom edge. And go ahead and put your corners in, bottom corners. And then once you get the bottom corners in, if it sits flat, then all the pieces are sitting in there right. So once you get the bottom, then you go ahead and build your middle layer and your top layer, which I'm not gonna show that, since I've got the last video and I'm just wanting to revise the first layer, since I was out of focus for most of it. So I hope this helps. If not, leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do to make it better. And as far as the top, the middle should be very easy. You know, you just, like my last video, just put your middle layers in. That shouldn't be a problem. And then for your top layer, I left my whole top layer intact, so all I have to do is just flip it over, connect it, and put the screw in, and I'm done. Thank you for watching, and like I said, I hope this revised helped a little bit better than my last video. Thank you for watching.